What is up, everybody? It's Pig Taku of the Village Hidden in the Red Pill back at you again with another video. Today, I wanted to talk about one of my favorite anime of last year, Rising of the Shield Hero. More importantly, I want to talk about this nitwit, Timothy Donahue of CBR.com, coming at Rising of the Shield Hero with his article titled, "The Rising of the Shield Hero is absurdly popular for no good reason." Now, why they gotta be hating on my favorite anime of last year like that? I mean, Shield Hero has gotten a lot of hate. It's been a way overblown proportion, and, SJWs and types like them, the simps and all that, have been attacking this anime for just calling out a real-world issue of false rape allegations. That is it. That's the only reason why this series has gotten any hate at all. And, you just gotta love this little tagline under the title. Despite a self-insert protagonist who defies all logic and seemingly condones slavery, Shield Hero's popularity is only rising. Yeah, it's only rising because it's a great show. And, of course, I gotta throw that condone slavery little tab. We'll get into that later. Just a little bit discussion about the show. If you have not watched Rising of the Shield Hero, I definitely suggest you do. Season 2 is announced for, I believe, this year, and it's also getting a Season 3 already. Well, anyway, let's get to the article. I'm not going to go over the whole article. In fact, there's a little subsection here of the article, a slideshow, if you will, just kind of going over the major bullet points. And I want to talk about those major bullet points and basically rebuttal what they're talking about, instead of going over the whole article. So, let's begin. So, first bullet point is, the Rising of the Shield Hero is incredibly popular despite all the odds. Okay, what odds are they speaking of? What are you talking about, Timothy? It was one of the most popular web novels, light novels, and manga to be released in the last few years. And, yeah, of course it was going to be hype. And you know what? It has a pretty well-fleshed-out main protagonist for an isekai. I mean, Naofumi's character is definitely more fleshed out than, let's say, someone like Kirito's. So, that's point number one. That's pretty lowball. Let's see what point number two is. Protagonist Naofumi is taken away to a fantasy world to become the shield hero. Okay, what does that gotta do anything? Yeah, that's an isekai. Isekai are pretty popular. As much as the market is oversaturated with isekai, doesn't mean that they're not fun series. And you can't add something new to them. So, that, again, that's a pretty lowball point. So, you know what, let's look at the next section. If I can get my thing to work, here we go. The anime has numerous controversies, which should destroy its popularity. Okay, so Shield Hero only has 2 controversies. Only 2. And they're not even that big of controversies. Let's talk about the first one, which was the false rape accusation. False rape is a horrible thing in our society. I would even argue it could be on par with rape. They're both horrible things. But people like Timothy and the SJW community just likes to pretend that nobody claims false rape accusations, that everybody is good and decent, and, that's just not the world we live in. I have been the victim of 2 false rape accusations. Luckily, they never went to court. For them, it was luckily, because I actually had evidence. I keep track of evidence of all my relationships and every sexual activity I do. I live the red pill life. I send the morning after text. I always wear a condom, blah, blah, blah. I mean, not really anymore, because, I'm married now. Oh, by the way, I know it's been a while since I posted a video here on this channel. I'm married now. More on that later. Well, not later. I'm not going to talk about that anymore. Follow me on Twitter, and I might talk about it. And that was the first controversy. Hey, Timothy, false rape happens. It affects a lot of people. A lot. I know at least 3 people in my circle of friends, at least, who have been the victims of false rape accusations. And it has been on a steady rise. People lie, and the argument that, women have nothing to gain, or just false rape victims have nothing to gain from it, yes, they do. There's financial gain. If they can, because the courts are heavily in favor of rape accusers, you can easily get financial, or, you can basically get what you want. I mean, you can sue them. If they were working for a certain company, you basically got the company by the balls at that point. So, yeah, a lot of people have something to gain from false rape accusations. So, yeah, it is horrible in our society. And you know what? It also affects real rape victims. And that is the worst part of false rape accusations. It's people taking advantage of not only just, victims in the sense of the false rape accused, but real rape victims, because you're abusing a system to gain benefit for yourself. I can probably pull up at least 3 or 4 articles right now about false rape accusations. And, it's just a horrible thing. Now, the other controversy was Ralph Talia basically getting, bought as a slave. But they always kind of, well, for one thing, you also got to remember, I mean, slavery is bad. 100% bad. Even Japan knows this, but they also don't have the same kind of same history with slavery as us in the West do. So they have different feelings about it. That's not justifying slavery in any shape or way. I'm just saying their feelings towards it are just a little bit different than ours. They still think it's bad, they just don't think it's, like, a big taboo to even talk about like it is here in the West. Not only that, you claim that the Shield Hero is okay with slavery. Then why, later on in the series, I think it was episode 11, maybe? I gotta double check, it's been a while since I've seen the series. He frees slaves from a nobleman, Ralph Talia's friends, and former members of her village. He helps reestablish their village and end slavery for demi-humans. Yeah, you don't like to talk about that, do you? You probably didn't even finish the series. But seriously, he's not for slavery, he was just in a bad situation. He gave Ralph Talia the ability to leave whenever she wanted. He basically said, yeah, if you're not useful to me, I'm not going to keep you, but, I'm not going to sell you either. At least I think he didn't say he was going to sell you. But yeah, he didn't say anything about that. Ralph Talia chose to stay with them because, for a couple reasons. One, he was kind to her and took good care of her, producing and buying expensive medicines in order to cure her sickness because she was on death's door by the time he found her. 2, he helped her grow as a person. He made her strong and helped her get over past traumas to become the woman she becomes later in the series. And also, he actually fought against, that he used the system of slavery that they had in that series to, kind of combat slavery. There was establishments that wouldn't allow demi-humans, and he was like, oh, okay, well, she's my demi-human, so you know what, I'm just gonna fucking bring her in here. He was kind of using their systems against, the government. Or the kingdom. I forget the name of the kingdom. I'm sorry, Meaty-Boi, that's the name of the kingdom. I just hate arguments against these type of things, because it just shows that people like Timothy here either A, didn't even watch the entire series, or just watch clips of the series, or just, read the synopsis in order to, write articles like this, baiting people. Oh, and here we go, point number 4. It also seemingly condones slavery, as Naofumi willingly takes slaves. For one, he only takes one slave. That was Raphtalia, and she was free to go whenever she wanted. In fact, she willingly took the slave crest back after it was forcibly removed from her by the king of Meaty-Boi. It wasn't because she wanted to be owned by Naofumi, it's because she had a genuine love for him and wanted him to be with him, and wanted him to feel comfortable. He never used it against her in a malicious way, in shape, or form. He never treated her or thought of her as a slave. And again, he freed slaves and actually helped rebuild a demi-human society, which all the people in that town were, slaves at that point. He helped end slavery in Meaty-Boi. My God, this guy, Timothy, man. Jeez, man. Finish the series, please! Alright, next one, number 5. Naofumi is also falsely accused of rape, a socially sore point in today's climate. It's only socially sore because it's not the viewpoint that all women are victims. That it actually shows that, yes, some people are just shitty people and claim false rape in order to get ahead in life or get what they want. Yeah, that happens. Get the fuck over it. And by the way, why is point 3, the anime has numerous controversies, when the only 2 controversies in the show are going to be 2 points later? Like, for real, come on, Timothy, this is just poor writing, man. Come on. Alright, next is, he's even a Gary Stu, winning fights and liked by everyone. No, he is hated by everyone in the beginning of the series. Everyone fears him and hates him. He has to earn the respect and love of the people around him. The only person who likes him in the beginning, well, I mean, technically everybody except the king really liked him in the beginning, but then the false rape accusation happened and everybody hated him. He became a pariah. The only person who showed him any kindness was the blacksmith from the town. And that's only because he could see into his eyes that, yeah, this guy did not do it. So, try again. He's not a Gary Stu, and his fights, for the most part, he struggled with his fights in the beginning. Yeah. But at least the fights he does win are through strategy. You know what? Okay, I can name at least 2 or 3 fights he lost. He couldn't fight the freaking orange little ball things, the level 1 monsters, by himself. He needed someone to kill him for him while he blocked. He lost the fight to Glass in the end, and even with his powered-up shields, he couldn't do it. I'm sorry, the cursed set series of shields. And every time he uses those cursed set series, something bad happens to him or the people around him. All his fights are won with strategy and teamwork is the point I'm trying to make here. He never really wins fights by himself. The only fight I can really think he fought by himself in its entirety, without any help from anybody else, was the fight with the Spear Hero, and that's because the Spear Hero is an overcocky bastard who freaking just fell into Naofumi's traps as he laid them, basically. And technically Naofumi lost that fight. Granted, it was because freaking, what's her name now? Bitch. What's her name now? She interfered with the fight. I mean, this is the only point that you may have at least a little ground to stand on, but again, he basically wins all his fights through strategy and teamwork, though. So I think that's actually a really great message that you can't do it all alone. You have to have people to help you. And that good strategy just beats raw power anytime. Now, this point's just kind of laughable. This is point 7. It's also an isekai series, which are reaching the oversaturation point. Okay, you are not an anime fan because freaking isekai reached the oversaturation point like 3 years ago. But they still keep coming. But the only difference is now they're starting to kind of make a little bit of a comeback because the isekai that are coming out lately are clever. Like, there's this one that I'm currently watching, the Villainess Isekai. It's hilarious and it's adorable and I'm loving every moment of it. There was Slime Isekai, which, I mean, that could be argued to be a little bit of a generic isekai, but Shield Hero, for one thing, has been out for years. I think the web novel came out in 2012, I think? I'm not 100% sure. Somebody in the comments, please correct me if I'm wrong on that. But yes, freaking, there is an oversaturation in the market, but this should show that yes, this series is performing well despite the oversaturation of isekai in the market. This last slide makes kind of no sense. For one thing, it's 8 out of 9, it says, but the last slide's an ad, which, okay. But this one just says, still, Crunchyroll ranks it as being popular as shows as like Naruto and One Piece. That's because it is. It's one, well, okay. So to compare it to shows like Naruto and One Piece that have been around for 20 plus years, it's kind of disingenuous. It's popular for its time right now, and we can't see yet whether or not it's going to, go for the long haul. But you know what? If the web novel and the light novel are any indication that this show was popular for a long time, yeah, it might get up to those levels. I don't see anybody ever comparing Shield Hero to One Piece or Naruto, even those shows are considered oversaturated and overpopular. I mean, I love me some One Piece and Naruto, do not get me wrong. Sanji is my boy, even though he is King Simp. This series is, I don't even get what he's trying to say with this, really. I mean, I'm kind of grasping at straws with this, but I don't get what he's trying to say. Yes, it's a popular show. So what? People liked it. Despite all these media attacks on it for months and months, it even was able to get a Crunchyroll award. And Crunchyroll is as left as they come. Maybe not as left as Funimation, but still. Jesus H. Christ, a mother flipper. Alright, well, that is the points I wanted to make. This video is already 15 minutes long. Holy shnikes, I did not think just going over the slides was going to take this long, but I guess I had a lot to say about this subject. Well, anyway, if you like the new way I'm doing videos, please let me know. Leave a like, subscribe, and hit me up on Twitter. Peace!